In this lecture, we will study while loop in Java. First of all, what is while loop? While loop is a type of loop in which number of iteration is unknown. The syntax of while loop is totally different from the for loop. While has two parts. One is header and the other is body, same like for loop. While loop header require one parameter, and that is condition. Condition will decide when the loop should terminate and stop. Okay, in this picture we have while statement, and before while statement there is initialization, and inside the while statement we have updation. So what is this initialization and updation? I will explain you now. First of all, we have to define loop control variable outside the loop, and that is the initialization. We define the loop control variable before the while statement. Then we define the while statement. In the while statement, first we write while, then double brackets, and inside the double brackets we write the condition, and condition also contain loop control variable. That variable can be integer, that variable can be text, right? That can be any type of variable, that can be boolean type of variable. And after the statements complete, in the end we have to update the value of loop control variable. It is very important to update the value of loop control variable because the condition of loop depend upon the loop control variable. If you update the value of loop control variable on each iteration, so at one point the value of loop control variable will not satisfy the condition of loop, then loop will terminate. If you did not update the value of loop control variable, then loop will run infinitely and will never stop. So it is important to update the value of loop control variable in the end of the statement. That's it. Before implementing the practical example of while loop, there are some important points to know. When you hear word loop, so two things should come into your mind. Number one is loop control variable, and it will decide from where loop should start and from where loop should end. And number two is the right condition to manipulate the loop control variable. If you put wrong condition, then your loop will never stop and your loop will run infinitely. So these are the 2 points important to remember while you hear the word loop. Now let's implement the while loop practically. Now I will give you simple example of while loop. First of all, we have to define loop control variable. So I will define variable of integer, name is I, and initial value is 0, right? Then I have to write while statement. To write a while statement, first we write while double brackets. Inside the double brackets we have to write condition, and I will write the condition as I is less than equal to 10, right? If the value of I is greater than 10, that can be 11, 12, 13. In that case, the condition of the loop will be false and loop will stop running. If the value of I is 1, 9, 8 is less than 10, then the condition of the loop will be true, then loop will be running, right? Now let's define the body of the while loop by writing double brackets. Now inside the while loop, just write the print statement system.out.println. At here I will write I, then equal sign, then space, then plus, then I. The plus sign will combine the string value and integer value, right? And in the last we have to update the loop counter variable. If we did not update the loop counter variable, then loop will not stop, it will run forever. Now let's run the program. Now you can see in the output we have 11 lines of output, in the first I value is 0 and in the last I value is 10, right? In the condition if value is equal to 11, in that case the loop will stop, will be terminated, and on each iteration I am increasing the value of I by 1. So in the first iteration the value of I was 0, in the second iteration that value is increased by 1, so value is 1, and similarly the process is going on until the value of I is 11, and in that case the loop is terminated. That is simple, no big science. Now if we remove this line of code, if we did not update the value of loop control variable, then it will run forever. Let me run the program again to show you the example. Now you can see in the output the loop is running again and again, and loop is not stop after the 10 iteration. It is because I have removed the line of code in which I am updating the value of loop control variable. Now the condition of loop will be true in each iteration, and in this way the loop will run forever and infinitely. So that's why it is important to update the loop control variable in the end of the loop, right? So that's it. See you in the next